A divided peninsula holds its breath. A diplomatic olive branch rebuffed by Pyongyang. As drones rise over a tense demilitarized zone, Korea's future hangs in the balance. Hello and welcome to Xplained by NewsX. Today, we dive into the volatile heart of the Korean Peninsula, where South Korea's new president, Jae Myung, extends an olive branch to North Korea, only to face a chilling rejection from Pyongyang. As drones redefine modern warfare, could these unmanned systems escalate tensions in one of the world's most dangerous flashpoints? From halted propaganda broadcasts to the looming threat of drone warfare, we explore how technology and diplomacy are colliding in the Korean Peninsula, threatening a new era of remote-controlled conflict. The Korean Peninsula, divided since 1950-53 Korean War, remains a geopolitical tinderbox. South Korea's new president, Jae Myung, has taken bold steps to ease tensions with the North, halting decades-old propaganda broadcasts and suspending military loudspeakers along the demilitarized zone. But North Korea's Kim Jong, the powerful sister of Kim Jong-un, has slammed the door shut, rendering Seoul's efforts as meaningless. As both Koreas advance their drone capabilities, we face a chilling question. Could unmanned warfare push this nuclear-armed region towards catastrophe? Less than 2 months into his presidency, Jae Myung is shaking up South Korea's approach towards its northern neighbor. Moving away from the hardline stance of his predecessor, Yoon Suk-yeol, Lee has suspended psychological warfare tactics that have long antagonized Pyongyang. On 14th July 2025, South Korea's National Intelligence Service ended its propaganda broadcasts, a decades-long campaign beaming K-pop, news, and South Korean dramas into the north. These broadcasts, credited by defectors with sparking dissent, ended with the South Korean national anthem, a symbolic gesture of goodwill. Lee's government also silenced military loudspeakers along the demilitarized zone and urged civic groups to stop launching anti-North Korean leaflets, which have provoked Pyongyang's fury for years. Humanitarian outreach is back, with NGOs authorized to resume aid and 6 North Korean fishermen repatriated after being rescued at sea. Now, speculation swirls that Lee may scale back the Ulchi Freedom Shield exercises with the United States, a move North Korea calls provocative. But will these gestures thaw the frozen ties? North Korea's response was swift and brutal. Kim Yo-jong, a key figure in the regime, dismissed Seoul's overtures as a reversible turning back of misguided actions, declaring no interest in dialogue with South Korea. In a statement via the Korean Central News Agency, Kim Yo-jong called South Korea's peace efforts a daydream, accusing President Lee of clinging to the US alliance while offering empty gestures. This aligns with North Korea's two-state theory, which treats the South as a hostile, separate entity, abandoning dreams of unification. Pyongyang's own move to shut down its propaganda outlets in January 2024 was not, as some in Seoul hoped, a reciprocal gesture but a unilateral act. Kim's rhetoric signals a regime prioritizing isolation over engagement, unmoved by the South's concessions. As diplomacy falters, a new factor has emerged, that of drones. Both Koreas are advancing unmanned systems, raising fears that drone warfare could escalate tensions. South Korea, a global leader in drone technology, has developed sophisticated UAVs like the KUSFS capable of surveillance and precision strikes. The South's military has showcased its drone swarm capabilities in 2024, integrating AI for coordinated attacks. North Korea, meanwhile, has unveiled kamikaze drones, reverse-engineered from Russian and Chinese designs. These were tested in exercises in 2023. These low-cost, high-impact weapons could target South Korean infrastructure or military sites, lowering the threshold for conflict. In a region where nuclear arsenals loom, drones add a volatile layer, enabling rapid, deniable strikes that could spiral out of control. So amid all this, Lee's peace push faces resistance at home and abroad. In Seoul, the conservative People Power Party calls Lee's moves as submissive, arguing that halting broadcast sacrifices leverage without North Korean reciprocity. Critics warn that Pyongyang's ideological rigidity makes concessions rather risky. Internationally, the scaling back of US's and South Korea's drills could strain the alliance, as Washington sees the drills as vital for deterring North Korea's nuclear threat. Additionally, China's support for Pyongyang, including drone technology transfers, reduces North Korea's need to engage with Seoul. The global drone arms race, with nations like Turkey and Israel exporting UAVs, heightens fears that the Koreas could import or develop destabilizing systems themselves. The Korean Peninsula has seen cycles of hope and rejection before. The Sunshine Policy of the early 2000s brought summits but collapsed under North Korea's provocations. Moon Jae-in's 2018-19 talks with Kim Jong-un yielded handshakes, but no lasting peace. Lee's approach is bolder than his predecessors, but risks repeating history. By dismantling psychological warfare tools, he may weaken pressure on Pyongyang without securing dialogue. However, the rise of drones introduces a new variable. Unlike past missile tests, drones offer deniable low-cost strikes that could escalate tensions without clear attribution, making de-escalation harder. Drones are transforming the Korean Peninsula's security landscape, amplifying the stakes of Lee's peace efforts. Drones' affordability and precision make conflict tempting. A North Korean drone strike on Seoul could kill civilians and trigger retaliation, while South Korea's advanced defenses like the Drone Operations Command may not deter a determined Pyongyang. The psychological toll of drone surveillance could haunt border communities. And with the global drone market soaring to $39 billion and non-state actors wielding cheap UAVs, regulation is lagging. So can diplomacy outpace technology, or are we hurtling towards a drone-driven crisis? The Korean Peninsula undoubtedly stands at a crossroads. President Lee's olive branch seeks to break decades of hostility, but North Korea's rejection and the rise of drone warfare cast a dark shadow. So will diplomacy prevail, or will the skies over Korea become the next drone battlefield? That's all for now on Explained by NewsX. Stay tuned for more.